We've been trying to reach you concerning your Millennium Falcon's extended warranty. You should have received a notice in the mail about your fighter's extended warranty eligibility. Since we've gotten no response, we're giving you a final courtesy call before we close out your file. To speak to somebody about the possibility of extending you or reinstating your Millennium Falcon's warranty, press 1 to speak with a warranty specialist.
Hello, and welcome back to another Star Wars Minute. It's your daily podcast in which we analyze, scrutinize, and celebrate the Star Wars movies, 1 minute at a time. I'm Pete the Retailer from PeteTheRetailer.com.
I'm Alex Robinson from AlexRobinson.fun.
Thank you.
You're my shot, please.
And this is Tony CONSIGLIO from Star Wars Minute / Tony Toco. Is it Star Wars Minute / Toco?
I guess that works now. Yeah, thanks for coming back, Tony.
It's very bright out here in Mesa.
Yeah, thanks for having us in your lovely hometown.
Oh, yeah, no problem. You guys okay with your drinks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, today we're going to be talking about Minute 12. Minute 12 of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Episode 12 starts with Rey grabbing her helmet, and it ends with Rey angrily slashing at a seeker ball.
Just gotta slash them all.
There's a lot of balls in this movie, in this minute.
There are a lot of balls in this movie.
Yeah.
Between BB-8 and this thing flying around.
Yeah. Beeb.
Beeb. What is the name of those little flying balls?
Seeker ball. Seeker ball. Right?
Seeker ball. Okay. That's a good name.
Yeah.
Good band name, Seeker Balls.
Or one, Seeker Ball.
Seeker ball. Yeah, Seeker Ball
like
is
a
a better
game.
band name.
Yeah.
Seeker Ball.
Seeker Ball. You write it out all cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so I talked about it a little bit with the chess sequence earlier. But here's another example. I'm going to compare and contrast the earlier works of J.J. Abrams vis-a-vis Force Awakens with this movie in terms of much more organic usage of nostalgic fan service throwback items. Because
referring to the Seeker Balls?
Yeah, in Force Awakens, it was just kind of like, what's this? Stop the movie for a second and
They never should have let Rowan and Martin direct Force Awakens.
Sock it to me. But here it's just like, okay, well, we had them on the Falcon waiting, in hyperspace, and they're playing a game of chess, so that made sense. And now here, Rey is doing Jedi training, so of course, we're going to have a helmet with a blast shield or a helmet that makes her not able to see and a secret training remote. But this does raise questions. Rey. Do we now think that this means Obi-Wan packed that helmet and remote? I always had kind of the idea that at least the helmet was just something that he found on board of the Falcon.
Like a welding helmet or something.
Right. And it looked, it was like a pilot's helmet, essentially. It was like a Rebel pilot, same kind of a thing, but with a blast shield down. So it might have been, I always pictured it was some kind of escape thing, for an ejector seat or some kind of, maybe it was a welding helmet or something like that. But
he stole it.
Now it makes me think, did Ben just bring all this stuff with him? Did he pack, the Jedi training kit? Or did he just pack the Seeker remote and then, ad-libbed, just kind of made do with, then we can also, I can use this helmet. If he didn't find the helmet, would he have just, tied his belt around Luke's eyes and been stretch out with your feelings?
And if his pants fall down, well, that's just part of the training. Because we don't see Obi-Wan or Luke or any of them carrying any luggage or anything when they board the Falcon. So either they had it sent ahead, maybe they have a valet service where you just,
Oh, man. You're telling me they robbed us of actually having bellhop droids on screen?
Oh, that's true. At that point, they would have probably been more like little people, though. They wouldn't have had the technology to do valet droids. But I can see Obi-Wan sort of over the course of his years on Tatooine and then having side adventures to other planets, he would have accumulated, like, oh, eventually when I train Luke, I'm going to need a helmet with a blast shield. So he kind of had like a bag ready to go.
Like a go bag.
Yeah.
In a cardboard box filled with
Yeah.
stuff. Hold on.
Right.
Rummaging through it.
And again, going back to our idea that he had, in that trunk that he pulled Anakin's lightsaber out, there's like, half a dozen different lightsabers for different people, Kid Fisto's kid and all that stuff. So, yeah, assuming he also had a different box for training different.
It's funny to imagine, and then so that Obi-Wan's whole story about Luke's father, he actually thought Luke was like someone else. He thought Luke was Yarrow Poof's kid or something.
Right.
So he totally got his origin. Oh wait, Skywalker, was he the
Oh wait, you were Vader's kid. Okay.
Vader's kid's like, oh.
Sorry. I thought your neck was a
He
little
spends
short.
all his time bad-mouthing Anakin Skywalker.
Oh.
he's like, wow, my father sounds like a real jerk. Well, yes.
Oh, he was a good friend.
It was very good, man.
We teased him a lot. We had him on the spot.
Deep down, he was a very sweet boy.
Yeah. Never became a master, though.
Strange.
Outrageous, one might even say.
But yeah, once she grabs the helmet, puts it on, does the kind of runs across the tightrope while deflecting bolts from the seeker droid, and then gets there and just kind of carelessly tosses it aside.
Yeah,
and it made me think about like, well, what is this? We as we talked about yesterday, I think that this kind of playground was set up ages ago when Luke was training Leia. But like, who maintains it? Is it part of is it like if you go to when kids take martial arts classes or something like that, or even adults, part of the thing is that they also do the cleaning up. It's like part of the discipline, the mental discipline of it is just like, we take care of our
this
our
new generation of
workspace,
Jedi, they're so lazy. They want someone else to clean up after them.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why she's bringing BB-8 everywhere.
Yeah,
Like, I'm just going to throw my helmet.
Can you
pick
take
it up.
care of that?
Yeah. She got used to having robots do stuff for her after living in an abandoned RV for 20 years. Yeah, I was wondering, did Leia tie that flag up there?
Yeah.
Or I guess she probably just floated up and did it. Or So, yeah, okay.
Or it was still there from when Luke did it. Like,
no one was ever able to get the flag, and then she finally... That would be the lamest Jedi challenge if you're like, this one challenge you must face, and you have to recover that flag from up there. Like, that's the hardest thing in the world to do.
Can you get that scarf down for me?
Only then will you be a Jedi.
The last Jedi challenge is you have to get the cereal off that high shelf.
Not that one. Another with the flakes.
No. With almonds.
I wrote down this joke, a line anyway. Crouching next to hidden crate dragon.
Okay, I like it.
The scenes of her jumping around in the
Uh-huh.
trees and whatnot. So, do people still remember that movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
remember that movie. So, were any of these movies? This scene made me. It seemed like it lent itself to being 3D. Any of these movies in 3D? Oh,
I think they were.
Get him!
I think they were all released in 3D.
Yeah.
All these
Yeah,
were
I think
released in 3D.
Did I saw
Whether
this?
or not-
I don't think I saw this one in 3D. I think I saw it twice in 2D, but I do have the 3D Blu-ray.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if I've ever watched it.
Yeah, as I was watching the minutes, I'm like, this looks like it should be in 3D.
No. Yeah, a bunch of I made it my personal mission to get the 3D Blu-rays of all these, just to kind of, maintain it, because they don't come out in the U.S. on 3D
really?
Blu-ray.
Oh.
Like, you have to get the international version, which also often has the 3D disc. So I'm not sure why.
Oh, that's weird. I mean,
But
it completely died here in this country, huh? That 3D. I guess it was a fad.
I think it was already declining, and then certainly the COVID shutdown probably did not help it at all.
Because with COVID, I think everything was. When I had COVID, everything was two-dimensional anyway.
Most people lose their sense of taste or smell. You lost your sense of depth perception.
Yeah, it was tough. Driving was not easy. So it was like in a Wile E. Coyote.
You should have been leaving your house anyway.
I should not have been leaving my house.
But your other senses overcompensated, like Daredevil. So you just stuck your head out the window and you can smell how far away the car was.
Yeah, definitely. I can hear croissants being baked at the bakery, so I know how to get there. Oh, yeah.
Well, speaking of hungry, we also see in between Rey's training, we see we're cutting back and forth with our old friend Kylo Ren, and he's opening up his cooler to at least look at Darth Vader's helmet,
right,
and get reacquainted with it. What's all that gas coming out of it?
I'm assuming it's like like the Constitution, where they keep it in.
Yes.
Or the Declaration of Independence, which
yes,
is it? Where they keep it in like kind of a
chamber.
I
should hope.
Yeah, well,
I think
no,
I think to
one.
a certain
The
extent,
other one they just keep on the table.
to
somewhere.
a certain extent, to keep it from drying out, there's a humidifier probably in there, so that's probably just steam, like cold steam that's releasing
in Darth Vader's helmet.
Yeah, because it would crack. It would just turn brittle. You'd want to keep
Or
a little moisture in there.
Maybe he turned it into a bong, like while he was in between. It was
Or I just think he's like a substance. I can't imagine Darth Vader's helmet, which was designed to so he could be in outer space and has gone through all these travails, and it's like, oh, now we can't have it exposed to the air. So I feel like it's more his like fan mentality that's like, I have to keep this in pristine condition. Because
he wants to get it graded and see how much it goes for.
I have to say though, cutting back and forth between the scenes of Rey and the mask felt very reminiscent of like Empire.
Yeah,
especially with the mask, all kind of broken up and stuff. Felt like that.
Yeah, well, it's a good,
See, I can be observant.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Good. I like the intercutting also does a good kind of like, because they're both doing the same thing. It kind of hammers home the dyad, their connection in that, like, oh, she was just doing, sitting there like kind of willing the spirits, the Force ghosts, saying like, be with me. She's reaching out to connect with the Force ghosts. And here, like, one in particular, Kylo Ren is just kind of like pulling out this helmet being like, okay, like, hey, Darth Vader, like, Kylo calling Vader, come in, Vader. Like neither one is really getting what they want out of the Force there, but then they have this connection with each other that also like pops up.
Yeah, I thought those scenes were well put together, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I certainly thought the Rey Kylo scenes were the highlights of The Last Jedi, so good to see that continuing.
When she was over that crevasse, they should have had, she was fighting the balls off. They should have had alligators like jumping up, trying to bite her.
You think it should have been more extreme?
It should have been much more extreme, yeah. Like,
this seems a little basic for Rey. Like you said, this seems like this is like the children's version of a. Did
I say that?
No. Well, you said it was originally like a children's Jedi camp.
Oh,
so that. These things here have been here because they were set up for like elementary school level.
Right. No. It's just set up for Luke and Leia. I don't think they ever trained anybody else there.
Okay. Anyway, it seems
you're kind of besmirching Leia's abilities. You're like, oh yeah, it's Leia's training, so it was set up for like toddlers.
We haven't really seen her training very well, so who knows? Maybe she kind of half-assed her training.
No, anyway, I did not mean to besmirch the abilities of General Organa or her family.
Or her family.
I'm sorry if that hurt her feelings. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like Rey kind of was past this level of stuff. So in other words, I agree that there should be giant space alligators jumping up out of the crevasse.
Yeah.
It should be more like
they could like look down. She could look down, and it could be like a fan service throwback that you could see like Mola Ram being
skeleton on the side of the, or he's still hanging on the ropes.
No, he's being eaten. Kind of, you see the robes being eaten by the gators.
Oh, like spinning around when they do that thing. Yeah, I like that.
Does Asian? What's the name of the planet again? Asian
class.
I keep wanting to say Asian Kolar, but that's a Jedi.
Asian
class.
So Asian class, who are the natives? Do we know any natives that live on this moon?
I think when the rebels started to use this, they had to exterminate all the local residents because they couldn't risk someone telling everyone where they were.
Right.
And
it was
a matter of just puppies.
National security.
The locals were just cute puppies, and they had to get rid of all of them.
They're like, we cannot arrive on this planet until everyone stamps these puppies to death.
No, I just think it would have been great if moon did have locals, and they were helping out with Rey's training. You know, like throwing logs and throwing stuff out.
Oh,
of it,
yeah.
you know, like
Job creator.
spears at
Well,
her
it's like
and stuff.
the caretakers on
exactly.
Act 2 in the last
They'd be
movie.
helping her out.
And that would be a
Totally.
nice parallel with the Sith cultists we saw, whose
Right.
life is devoted to just doing Sith stuff. They should have.
Yeah. Oh, how awesome! And then as Rey walks off the screen, the locals, they're all standing. They'd all kind of shake their heads, they're like not even close to Rey, or not even close to Leia or Luke.
They hold up their cards that have, like, you know, like
I thought you were
4.6.
I thought you were saying they're shaking their heads at disappointment because yet again they failed to kill her. Because that's the whole point. They're trying to like
trying to kill
trying
her.
to wreck her. So they're like,
Right?
We'll never get rid of these Skywalkers.
Yeah, it is a. I don't remember if I read anything about the natives of there. I don't think so. I know it's very kind of, you know,
It seems lush.
verdant,
I would love
lush,
to live
yeah,
there.
like rich with life, but maybe not.
Yeah.
I know Luke compared it to Dagobah in that he said it's kind of like Dagobah, but it smells better.
Oh. Wow. Well, that pine.
Because it's you know, it's still kind of damp and you know, overgrown, but
how did? Anyway, never mind.
how did?
Well, I was going to say, first of all, I had a question, and then I didn't know if I'm already. But my question was going to be, how did we not go back to Dagobah in all these sequels? But then I remember, do we go back to Dagobah in this movie?
No.
Oh, we go back to Act 2. That's where Rey goes back to Act 2.
Oh, right.
And
I
she
think-
takes Luke's X-wing back
right,
there.
right,
Anyway, so
right.
I can't believe we never went back to Dagobah. No investigation of the Force magic tree or any of that stuff.
Interesting.
Maybe that falls under Lucas's whole like we can't learn anything about Yoda. Like that's included in the Yoda ban.
Are you
Right.
guys okay
No,
from
Yoda ban.
drinking my Old English on the show?
Sure, they're a sponsor.
Thank you. Old English.
Or maybe they will be by now.
Old English. You're gonna watch Star Wars. You're gonna need a few of these.
What's your take on this? If you're watching this, when you were looking at the minute, did it seem to you like he reached out and basically intentionally tripped her? Was it like force tripping, or was it just like he was reaching out with the force, and then she felt that connection, got distracted, which is why she stumbled?
I thought the Seeker Ball tripped her.
Well, yes, but she was, you know,
like, because she
fending
was
it off,
distracted,
but
yeah.
she was momentarily.
I didn't think about
distracted.
that.
I
That's
don't
a
think
good.
I don't
that's
think
a good,
he tripped her. I think maybe she was just kind of like jolted out of reality for that moment.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what was that kind of thing? And it kind of
That was my take too.
It was his distraction.
that made her trip. Yeah, I don't know if he specifically made her trip. It didn't seem like
Right.
that to me.
That's like the Jedi equivalent of like, you know, when you're walking in the school in the halls of school and you step on the
Oh, right.
give someone a flat, you step on the back of their shoe to make their
Oh yeah, exactly. Like force
He is
project.
an
A
adolescent.
wedgie that would be fun.
Force wedgie.
Force wedgie. Why is this happening?
But then you can dismount from the wedgie doing that Cirque du Soleil thing.
Oh,
You get lifted up by it, but then do a little flip over
and
and
flipped around. And
Or it would be like when Kylo Ren was holding that laser, the lightning bolt.
Right.
And it's like someone's trying to give you a wedgie, but you're using your force powers to keep it unwedging, and then that's
I was picturing like you're using the force to like hold them up by their underwear, and they're kind of swinging at you like a like a Tom and Jerry kind of a thing, where they're just trying to but you're holding them by their underwear just out of reach.
yeah. Oh man.
Oh.
Are there wedgies in Star Wars? Because according to George Lucas, there's no underwear, right?
Oh.
So there might not be wedgies.
So Wedge's nickname does
Has
not
nothing to
have
do
any
with-
connotation. Maybe he'll be the one who discovers it.
Oh yeah, it's named after him.
That thing you did, it's real wedgy. You know what I mean? It's totally a thing wedge.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, it makes sense from the if people are wearing anything under their flight suit, which we can assume they are, maybe from
Why?
Dagobah,
Yeah,
maybe Luke was wearing that stuff under his flight suit.
but not
Well,
underwear.
I mean, Rey is dressed up like she's like a mummy. You know, she's got
Right.
like. So I'm so she got.
I'm a
sure
mummy.
She got her nether region all wrapped up too. No,
Mm-hmm.
Got
probably.
those Netherlands wrapped up.
she got those nether regions all wrapped up.
Yeah, my last note of minute 12 is tripping balls.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
if anyone else have any other comments?
I did miss the caretakers. Obviously, we would need them here.
Mm-hmm.
and the Force connection. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I had. Yeah, the Seeker.
I'm kind of surprised that Rey didn't bring one of the caretakers with her as like a.
Oh, they wouldn't go with her.
You don't think they'd go as like a valet? You don't think they could? You don't think she could lure one of them on the Falcon and then fly away before they realized what was going on?
Possibly, but
I
then
have
they
some
wouldn't.
boxes that need moving over here. Can you help me?
I think the caretaker would then commit ritual suicide on the
Oh,
trip and be
dear.
like, I'm not. I have nothing to do with this.
She's like, oh, I'll try 2 more, but that's it. And Chewie's like, I'll fire up the grill.
Could you do 3? 3? No, yeah, I think the caretakers want nothing to do with Rey.
Oh, it's true. They didn't like her.
No.
Because she wrecked their house.
Oh, if I knew it would be like this, I would have just stayed with the Sith Lords. I would have worked with them.
I think they're also just like, Luke's had a series of young women staying with him over this time, and now they're just like, oh, another one? They're not going to bother learning your name because she's just going to be gone in a week on some quest. Anyway, minute 12.
Minute 12. Yeah, that's all we got, pretty much.
Well, let's wrap it up like Rey.
Hey, if you, well, we already talked about it yesterday a little bit, but if you want to wrap it up, if you'd like to cover any of your regions, why not head to StarWarsMinute.com/merch, and you can get all kinds of different things. You can get some leggings, you can get some shirts, you can get some hoodies, all kinds of things to cover your regions. I think are there underwear options? I can't remember. I don't think so.
Anything's underwear if you try hard.
That's true,
enough,
yeah.
As we've established. Pete, do you need another drink while Tony's getting up?
Well, my water's gotten a little warm, so can we do something about that, maybe? Okay.
Again, in the shot.
Right. But yeah, I hope we'll get some fresh drinks, some fresh snacks, and then hopefully we'll all be back here tomorrow for a brand new Star Wars Minute.
Star Wars Minute.
Minutes.